Hey folks, and welcome to the Pipnotic Symposium for the 11th of May 2021. Today we're going to have a look at a couple of trades that I've got on, and we'll talk about why I took these trades. Okay, so we have a webinar coming up on tomorrow for day trader in Denmark, and we're going to go over a lot of this material in greater detail. But you can see that on the weekly chart, we bought down here at this rectangle. You can see just here. And so, why do we do that? Looking at it, we can see very clearly that we have a nice release. Okay, so we had an area of supply here. It was removed by what? By this. This is the area of demand that from which price rallied and went through this and consumed the supply here. And now we're testing that area in anticipation that price continues to move higher from here. So we just draw that, we're expecting price to do something like this. Price comes down like this, we go up, we come down, and then we go higher. So that's what we're expecting now. Why is that? Because this area of demand is being tested, and due to the way it's formed, we have a nice area, some 3 weeks of demand accumulation of positions to move price higher. So we're expecting the price will continue to move longer from here. Okay, so if we have a look at a different time frame just to assess what we've done there. Again, we're going to talk about this in greater detail tomorrow. And for all of you guys who have access to the premium videos, you can see all of this in there as well. So let's go and have a look on the daily chart. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to find the buy and the sell side of the market. I talk about supply and demand, the buy and sell zones, but there's also another aspect that's really important. That is the buy and the sell zone. So what we do is we need to identify a major low and a major high. So we have a major low here. We have a major high here. Okay, so what we need to do with those is we need to identify the side of the chart that we should be buying on and the side of the chart that we should be selling on. And why that may not make sense, I'll just draw this for you so that you'll understand. So first of all, we need the buy side, and you draw the buy side by connecting the low, the major low that you can see, to the major high, which is here. Okay, and then we identify the sell side. It's going to change the color here to red, and again you connect the high to where the low is. Okay, and so now we've divided the chart into half, okay, or not the whole chart, but this price structure. Okay, and so over here, color white, this is the chart that we buy in, or the side of the market we buy in, and here we sell. Okay, so we're not allowed to buy at demand here, this little one just here. Okay, we're not allowed to do that. We're only allowed to buy on this side of the chart. Okay, and so when we do this, force ourselves to do this, we are able to pay attention to the parent-child relationship, which eludes many people. Okay, and parent-child relationship is essentially a way for us to be mindful of the fact that there is a relationship between supplies and demands. Okay, and so if we look at this and how price kind of bounced up on a smaller time frame, you might think that this here was an area of demand, but it wasn't. Why? Because it was a reaction to the demand, which is over here. Okay, so this is the parent, and this is the micro child, and I call it micro, and that's because the details of it are not visible on this time frame, so it requires us to go to the smaller time frame. So that's what I mean when I say that. Okay, so doing this forces us to focus on the parents, okay, which are going to be on the left side, and the children are going to be on the right side. Okay, and so when this happens and we know that we're only allowed to sell here, then we can entertain the idea of taking shorts at places like this, but we're not allowed to buy anywhere here. We're only allowed to buy here. And so here you're forced to look over here, which is the buy side, and identify areas that could be interesting. So let's find one. Color. We'll mark this off as white as well. We found this one here. this is an interesting area, and this is the interesting area because this is the one that caused that area. We can see we have a sell zone here. See how price came down. We tested it, left, tested again, and then price left from that area. We moved lower from here. Okay, moving below these lows, and so there is significant supply up here because we managed to drive price below these lows upon testing this area here. Okay, and now this one is gone. Okay, so if this was strong and this one can move through it, what does that tell you about this one here? That tells you that it's pretty strong, and so we can buy at this area of demand with confidence, knowing that it was strong enough for price to move through this area of supply. Okay, and again, we're only buying at demand on this side of the chart. We're not fiddling around with anything over on this side of the chart. This is a 4-hour trade. The same thing going on here, from here to here. Green from here to here, and we're reacting at this area of 4 hours supply just here. This is what we're expecting price to do. Okay, and so price also respected this area, so there's something here like a micro supply here that was tested several times, and then price went above it. So I'm expecting price to come back down to this area here before it continues higher. Okay, we also have a very high reading here. Last time price was up here, we came down. After it was down here, we went up, high, high, and so we are really high, so we're expecting price to wriggle down here. Will it? We don't know, but there's a higher probability of that happening than price continuing to move higher for the shorter term. Okay, good. Well, I'm going to leave it at that. Keep it short. If you have any questions, please let me know, and thanks for watching.